There are rules that each member of the Watterson family must follow. The parents have outlined laws for the family, and failure to obey these rules comes with a huge consequence. Today's video, we're going to be looking at strict rules in the Amazing World of Gumball.
I need you to tell me what brand the TV is.
Okay, but does this mean I can watch Daisy tonight?
No, it means you won't be grounded for 6 months.
The first rule I got for you is the fact that the mom expects her kids to answer her questions, and if they fail to do so, they will be grounded for 6 entire months. Now obviously this is a legitimate rule, but some can argue the strictness of it. When a mother tells you to do something or asks you a question, it should be answered, and misbehaving has its punishments. Just one measly mistake and they're grounded for 6 months. By not answering a question, she is willing to deal with them in this manner. Now obviously everyone's parenting style is different, and I'd even go as far as to say, to some people this may even seem like a light punishment. They may think that Nicole's being nice here, I agree. Some moms would grab a slipper and chuck it. Nicole Watterson has her own way of dealing with disobedience. Now before we move on, I want all the adults to get out a pen and paper. I want you to write down notes from this video. You say, oh, well, that's ridiculous. We're not in high school anymore. Get out a pen and paper and let's write down notes because I want to point something out at the end of this video. The next rule in the Watterson household is that the children must take out the trash at the young age of 12.
Look, I'm going to the grocery store. I'll be back at 5 and the trash better be gone.
Fine, we'll show you we're not prosthetic actors.
The mother voices her concerns with the laziness and procrastination of Gumball and says that he needs to stop putting things off and just take out the trash. She states that the trash better be gone when she returns or else. Now I believe that this is a decent rule. Taking out the trash at a young age can teach you discipline. Just sitting around all day watching TV is fun at that age. However, there are responsibilities in this life. So I do have to give the mother some points here for helping Gumball learn an important lesson that will help aid him throughout his life and when he enters adulthood. Later in this very episode, we see that the mom was actually right. Gumball has a procrastination problem. He wastes so much time before actually getting to the task that was demanded. You know, I was gonna mention that Gumball was a little too young, but if he has time to procrastinate, he has time to get the garbage and throw it in the trash. Do it now. The next rule is that the kids have to clean their room and maintain a reasonable odor within it.
This room smells like dog burp. Oh, what is this? Oh, that's a glass of milk.
But they're boys. I cannot stress enough that guys genuinely have an odor regardless of how hard they try to clean their rooms. This could be because of a stinky sock from playing sports or just hormones. I wish that parents would realize that sometimes that smell is not from laziness or not showering or just being dirty, but rather it's from growing up, the body changes, and also boys naturally have a scent. I'm serious. As a guy, I know for a fact that we naturally have that musty scent. And you say, well, Calobi just cleaned a shower. That's true. However, when you're growing up and you're playing sports and going through hormonal changes, the body sweats. The body is trying to release chemicals. It's real. This is scientific, man. This is real. I hope no one thinks that I'm just promoting laziness. And no. This is real. And that's why I said to write down in your notes what I'm saying. However, I do have to side with the mom now because in this episode we do see that Gumball and Darwin's room literally has junk under the bed. Seriously, this is pretty nasty. They got mole and pizza, yuck. The next rule on the show is that the kids must eat cereal without added sugar.
What is this? It looks like medieval prison food.
It's cereal, real cereal.
This is strict. Nicole Watterson says that the sugary cereal is going straight into the trash. Look, I know that added sugar is definitely not good for the human body, but this is the age where I think you can cut some slack. I'll get back to this soon. However, in a shocking turn of events, we see that the kids actually appreciate what the mom is doing, looking out for them. They give her a big hug. So heartwarming, isn't it? However, this was a scheme to steal some cereal secretly. Now, mothers watching this video, I want you to pay attention here. When you don't give your kids any wiggle room, what happens is, this is what your kids will do behind your back. You have to have some kind of balance when it comes to approaching these kind of matters. If you're a parent who doesn't give any freedom at all, when your kids grow up, and when they graduate and go to college, they will act more loose and more wild. Everyone needs to realize that there needs to be some kind of balance. Now, of course, I'm not advocating for a bad diet, but Gumball and Darwin are only going to be kids once in their lives, so why not just give them a little bit of that sugar every now and then? Of course, later in the episode, they get a sugar rush, but that's just the cartoon being funny, okay? And yes, I realize that sugar is not good. It can cause weight gain. It can cause a lot of health problems, but just a little bit every now and then could really make your kids happy. In this video, you've seen the mom's rules, but what about the dad? What is the dad on this cartoon's position on these matters? Let's find out. The child asked the father a question about piercing his eyebrows. Now here's where you won't believe what the dad does.
Hey Dad, can I have 20 bucks to get my eyebrow pierced?
He joins in on the foolishness and willingly gives him money to do this.
Take this 20 and may radness illuminate your path.
That's not right! Even the other shoppers are in shock of how bad this move was. The dad on this show literally has a problem with saying yes too frequently. It's almost as if he can't say no, and that's communicated throughout this episode. Dad is so laid back on his rules that the kids literally start singing about how much advantage they're taking of the dude and how awesome life is. Richard Watterson is a funny individual. However, his kids need the help of their mom, man. We need to figure out why Nicole acts the way that she does. What caused Nicole Watterson to grow up to be so strict? I think I found the reason why.
You forced me to join a gazillion after-school clubs.
We gave you every possible chance to succeed.
You see, when she was growing up, her family forced her to join multiple clubs at the school, disapproved of her life partner. Did some of these things creep into her adulthood? One thing about Nicole is that she's a serious woman. She came from a house that didn't allow foolishness. Her parents were so strict, but it seems that now she has decided to put down her own foot as an adult. This begs the question as to how Darwin, Gumball, and Anais will now turn out once they hit parenthood. I believe that some of them might be strict, some of them might decide to go with a more lax parenting style. Whatever they choose, that's whatever they choose. Everyone should have the freedom to do what they want as long as they're not doing anything that crosses the line. For those of you who took some notes, I hope that you meditate on those notes and see if you can learn anything from it. Which rule from this video stood out to you the most? And be honest, don't just type in the comment section, oh Calobi, I don't agree with any of this, none of these were strict. Some of these rules were a little bit strict, okay?